Last Pint Productions presents the New Way Podcast with Ben and Matt. The New Way Podcast contains adult content. What it doesn't contain is strong female characters. It's just these two ugly guys in their living room talking about man ass and man penis and farts. It's disgusting. Listener discretion advised.
This is a memory of me. The way you wanted to have sex on the couch after you looked down on my crotch. Joel.
If you want me to wear 37 pieces of flair, why don't you just make the minimum 37 pieces of flair?
I have to admit, usually when guys ask me out, they're not after my blood.
Simon Phoenix knows he has some competition. He's finally matched his meat. You really licked his ass.
Everybody wants to be naked and famous. Everybody wants to be just like me. I'm naked.
Will you help teach me about this? What is it? A new way?
Welcome once again to the New Way Podcast with Matt and not Ben, because Ben is just trying to father the demon seed that he has spawned on his earth in dual form. He fathered. Now he's trying to be a father. Yeah, reap them.
Rear.
Reap. Ooh. Can he reap what he sows, or just rear them?
It's too close to rape.
It is. And we're a little sensitive about rape tonight because we also have in the studio Mr. Chewy Monstro, who's been attempting to rape both Greg and Casey. Mostly Casey, though. Still at it. Still just looking at Greg like a piece of meat. Anyway, we are here tonight with some old guests from the past, from our audibly coherent podcast about guilty pleasures and Michael Bay. We have my brother Chris here. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
And we have the inimitable Greg Klein from one of the most unlistenable podcasts of all time. Not due to content, although if you could have heard the content, you'd probably hate it as well. But say hi, Greg.
Great introduction.
And over on the soundboard, playing Candy Crush Saga, I believe, is young Casey, who's a official participant in tonight's podcast, Good Time. Say hi, Casey.
Hi.
There he is. Look at that. That's just a wealth of enthusiasm and joy.
I'm researching for the podcast.
Well, Casey, who wasn't going to be a part of the podcast, then was going to be, then wasn't going to be, then thought it was stupid, then thought it was amazing, then couldn't think of an actress at all, any actress, good or bad, is deciding to join in on the podcast. So we have another well-prepared winner for you tonight, folks. So I talked to Ben about what we could do for a topic for our kind of guest podcast, which you're going to be hearing a few of them over the next few weeks. We have tonight's podcast, and then my brother and I, who are on the eve of going to Halloween Horror Nights, are going to do a theme park podcast in Orlando from the Doubletree Suites overlooking the beautiful Universal Studios. Very hungover and likely busy killing hookers on GTA 5. So look forward to that podcast if you're a gamer or a theme park fan.
In GTA 5 came after that. That last part of that sentence.
Well,
I was concerned for.
It's about time because we've had to really make our own GTA fun. Just watching Chewy behind you back there, isn't he? He's getting in there.
I feel him.
He's just looking at you. He's just sizing you up.
No, he's going after Casey. Casey's on the floor.
Hey. Just easier to get. Good.
We're talking about a dog, by the way.
Yeah, I don't have a weird friend named Chewy who's just some strange Mexican guy. Like, hey, man.
There he goes.
Yes!
Chewy, no.
And Chewy just tried to mount Casey again, and he's going in for a second. So we decided, with all of the testosterone going on in the studio this evening, there's a topic that Ben and I, with our lack of testosterone, have still yet to touch, which is actresses. The New Way tends to be like much of mainland and mainstream cinema male-centric. And we decided tonight we're going to get in touch with our feminine side. We're going to talk about the ladies we love and the ladies we loathe and the ones in between.
Hello, ladies. Yeah, I was going to say, even Ben doesn't want to touch the ladies. Actresses podcast.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Ben, you should have been here.
Yeah. Well, I did. I purposely picked an actress that I know that is Ben's favorite. Those of you that are eagle-eared listeners will know it from our very first podcast. But definitely look forward to that one. And we'll get to it. But yeah, this was now. In fairness, it wasn't entirely my idea to do it on actresses. The initial suggestion for the podcast from Greg was boobs. And every time I asked for qualifications or for him to elaborate, I was met with what?
Boobs.
Yeah. And so I was like, how do I combine what Greg wants to do and what Ben and I weekly fail to do? And I decided, let's talk about the ladies. And let's talk about, definitely, it's not just ones we like, and there's no, we don't have a number on it like this time. No one's going to go round table and go through, like, they're 5 great, they're 5 crappy. And we're just going to kind of discuss, like, what ladies. So, Chris, for you, a question is, what was, like, the first actress you are aware that you noticed in cinema? Doesn't have to be in a
probably Carrie Fisher.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That Mrs. Princess Leia.
Bloody Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars obviously early movie. That's the first thing that jumps to mind. That's the first movie that I can really think of that jumps to mind.
Of course it is.
Yeah, God, if I had to do that, it would be Drew Barrymore. But when she was like pre-boobs, everything, Drew Barrymore. But
we're talking about talented, multifaceted actresses here. It's not about their looks, Matthew.
It is when they're 7, all right?
I'm leaving.
Greg, who was like an actress you kind of remember as a young man noticing?
So, I don't listen to the rules of the podcast, in case you guys missed that.
So what are you going to talk about this week?
It's not.
He did this last time, by the way.
Every time.
So we're going to do movies from the 2000s. Greg's like, that's awesome. I'm going to talk about 4 movies from 1999 because
I hear your idea and I raise you. So this actress is from TV, not movies.
That's fine.
She does movies now, but how
this
I
doesn't
know
have
it.
to be just.
All right. Well, you're so movie this, movie
I do.
that.
I'm all about the TV. Ben holds us back on the TV
He does.
side.
Guess who's not here? So with that said, Jennifer Aniston is my last.
So she was, but that was like the first person you noticed on like a physical level.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, on a hairstyle level.
More specifically,
you rocked the Rachel, huh?
I did. I tried to rock the Roz so I could get with a Rachel. If you want to be completely honest,
please put the proper pronunciation
Rock
of the S
Roz.
on the end of that because rock the Roz is bad.
Oh my God!
What?
Super inside, but amazing.
Always wonderful friends.
And we're off.
I have a horrible thought in my, like a mashup in my head that I can't get out, and it's never going to come out.
Sorry,
Casey. Do you have a? Casey was busy trying to taunt the dog that was raping him earlier. It's like you put him in jail, and you're just like, "Ha ha, I got you." And he's like,
"This podcast has put the dogs to sleep." It's the only thing that calmed them down.
What do you have for like an actress you remember from your youth?
I mean, I'm gonna be unoriginal and have to say Carrie Fisher as well because that was my first movie. If you remember from the last time we talked about the podcast, that was my first movie that got me into movies, and that's the first.
Do you have like, and maybe like. There are ones, like, the first ones I remember being attracted to or being like, okay,
we're all heterosexual males.
Well,
so that's how it's going to work.
You just know, like,
the girl
females.
from Showgirls.
Oh, Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah.
You want to know something?
I'm so happy right now. We're talking about Jesse Spano.
And I'm about to share the weirdest possible thing I can.
Please do.
Right now on my DVR in my bedroom, I have Showgirls because it was on HBO one night, and I was like, fucking Showgirls in HD. And I'm like, I'm not going to be up when it's on. It's on at like 2 a.m. So I'm like, I'm going to DVR it. And I put it on, and I'm like, I had to have Comcast come out to fix this DVR, but I would not let them go anywhere near the other one. I'm like, you don't know. No, that one works fine. I don't care if it records anything else. It has Showgirls in HD on it.
I'm sleeping over tonight.
That's an issue. Well, I mean, so this it's kind of like latch on to Casey's question and hit you guys with the same one in a different way. What was the first one that you were like, and I'll start with mine, which was Sharon Stone. Like, Basic Instinct changed the entire landscape of filmmaking as far as I was concerned as, like, a 13-year-old. It was just like, oh, my God, they can do this in movies, and she's now getting, like, actual work. She's an actual actress, but she can show the beeve.
Yes.
Like, it was amazing to me. So, like, what was the first one that you really had that, like, insane... Like, I mean, yours might be the same one, Greg. I don't know.
Well, kind of. Maybe it would be, but... The first...
Phoebe?
To be completely honest, the first actress I thought of when you brought this topic up was Kate Blanchett. And
wow.
She's, you know, she gets all the accolades of being this amazing actress, but honestly, it did ring true for me too. And because of a movie that we talked about recently, The Gift.
Oh yeah.
that for some reason that resonated with me. I think that was like senior year of high school for me.
And that's impressive because that's the movie phenomenally known as the Katie Holmes topless movie.
Yes.
But you're still responding more to Kate Blanchett.
Right.
And I'll be honest, Kate Blanchett is on my list as far as the acting side. We'll get into that after we get past this question. Chewie, stop raping Casey. For goodness sakes.
You notice how I didn't say the actress that got topless in the movie that I really liked? That's because I'm complex. Layered.
You didn't... I wish you would have said, you know how I was going to talk about the broad's tits that we were looking at in that movie? It's because I'm a good man.
I literally did image searches for her tits not too long ago. So.
Yeah, I think we all did it at work, didn't we? With David?
We shared them. With David. You're right.
We did this.
Shout out D. Crespo.
Who was yours, Chris? Who was your, like, sexual awakening actress?
It's Phoebe Cates and Jennifer Jason Leigh from Fast Times.
That's another one that I got. I inherit all of these things from my brother, so he had Fast Times when we were kids, and I was able to see that. But yeah. I mean, if you got to talk about top 5, maybe the top nude scene in any movie, it's got to be real close to Fast Times. I mean, Fast Times is always in the running.
It's funny, like, how much time has changed, because, I mean, you picked Basic Instinct, which makes Fast Times Original High look like an after-school special.
Yeah.
So
Except that Fast Times was, like,
was
much
gritty.
more... Yeah, it was much realer. Like, I didn't come to Fast Times till after... Like, Basic Instinct, and I was like, ugh, like, this is, I was like,
it's
I don't like
kind
this
of dirty.
sex.
It's kind of dirty in the
it's
80s.
weird.
Yeah, real life.
And I was like, oh, it's like real life sex. Basic Instinct was amazingly, like, it was like going to a club, but,
right.
Yeah, the other one's not as titillating in that sense. So, I mean, we kind of started to talk a little bit about the actresses here. So we can kind of go in a round table. I will get my easy one out of the way, which I've talked about in the podcast before, and this is an actress I dislike, which is Sandra Bullock. And to correct the misinterpretation that I unabashedly hate Sandra Bullock, which I mostly do, but I don't really. I don't think that Sandra Bullock is an actress. I think she's a great, like, B-movie... She's like a sidekick, you know. She plays the same character in every movie. She won an Oscar for Blindside. I was going to call it Side Effects. She won for Blindside, and she was fine. She wasn't bad. She's not bad. She's just not anything good. You put Kate Blanchett in Blindside. You have like an actual character that is interesting and complex, even with shitty writing. Like, that's something that can elevate material. So, I will... That said, when I was younger, I had a huge crush on Bullock circa Demolition Man and Speed Days.
I knew it. What
And
went
who
wrong?
didn't?
Tell us. What happened, Matt?
Practical Magic.
Oh.
Everything went downhill with Practical Magic. With another actress I really dislike, which is Nicole Kidman.
Oh, I agree
And
with
who's
you.
the third? Who's the third
I
in
love
Practical
Sandra
Magic?
Bullock. What's wrong with
It's
you?
Bullock, Kidman, and who's the other one in Practical Magic?
Just Married? I think that's what it's called. Or it's not Just Married. The one where she gets married to Ryan Reynolds and
The Proposal.
Yes.
Awful.
That was a great...
Awful.
I never
Dr.
saw it.
Channing? That's not the
Awful.
third, is it?
What's the third?
I'm
It's
just-
not Soccer Channing.
So
is it?
Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, Stockard Channing, and Griffin Dunn is the director.
Oh, Griffin Dunn directed that? I think Griffin Dunn, but...
Diane Wiest and Stockard... Who's the third?
This is in Practical Magic?
Oh, that's Practical Magic.
Go into it. Go to the movie.
Excuse me?
Go to the videotape. Go into Sandra Bullock's.
Bullock, Kidman, Channing, Wiest, Goran Visten.
Maybe it was
Aidan
Stockard
Quinn?
Channing. I don't know.
Oh, Evan Rachel Wood.
No, that's a kid. She was a kid during
Yeah, I
that.
know.
She was the little one.
You're confused. There's only 2 witches.
Anyway, well,
You're thinking
I
of
thought
the
there were
other
3 witches in that fucking movie. Either way, there were 2 bitches in it, and they sucked, both of them. And after that, I was just like, yeah, Sandra Bullock just doesn't do it for me. Miss Congeniality. Oh, I'm Sandra Bullock. I'm a cop, and I'm going in a beauty pageant.
Why do you think that she got an Oscar, though? I mean, what?
Because she got fucked by a guy that fucks porn stars and dumped. And she got this. She got the. This is a comeback story. Hollywood fucking loves that shit. Listen, and I'll be honest. Ben Affleck is getting the same treatment on the other side. I think he's earned it much more than she has. But Affleck and never forget, Affleck and Bullock were in Forces of Nature in 1999, which I actually kind of like. Movie. But both of them are B-movie celebrities.
Wow.
At the top of their B-movie list, and both of them went one way.
I don't think you can call either one B-movie.
No way, man. They're both...
Affleck, you don't think that people thought
good
Julie
actors.
was... Affleck, I think, is a better actor. But he also falls on the same bag of tricks as Bullock.
Well, I place more of the blame on bad choice of movies, maybe bad direction.
Easy choice. Have you ever seen Sandra Bullock do anything different than Sandra Bullock?
But you can say that for 90% of the
But you don't give him an Oscar.
You're right.
That's where I draw it.
She said she didn't deserve the
Oscar. I like Will Ferrell, and Will Ferrell does the Will Ferrell thing in most movies. But I'm not going to give him a fucking Oscar.
Hey, if you adopt a stray black and raise him to be an NFL star, you get a fucking Oscar.
Hoots here.
I'm pretty sure stray black is maybe not the most. It's something. I mean, I don't know that it's wrong. It's just something about it sounded wrong.
I can't take part in this.
I thought you were talking about a dog. I forgot what the movie was.
Take down the spirit which is intended, blacks.
Well, now that Sandra Bullock has ruined the podcast as well as most of her movies, let's move on. Chris, what was kind of the first name that popped to your head when I said let's talk about actresses?
I knew you were going to bring up Sandra Bullock. That jumped into my head. But when I heard that we were going to talk about boobs and then actresses, I'll give you one. Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh,
and good. And she's good boobs and good actors.
You and your brother both fawn.
Very much. My God, how can you not?
Come on.
Don't you pin it at us. These two weird guys over here like Jennifer Lawrence.
I was just making...
Look at what she's painted blue, man.
Well, now, I have a question. Was it you or was it Dave Crespo? I'm pointing at Casey right now. You can't see that through the airwaves. There was someone in our office who was like, Jennifer Lawrence is fat and ugly, and I understand why you like her.
It's got to be Crespo, right?
That definitely sounds like Crespo.
Bring that
sure it
person
wasn't
here now.
a little bit of you agreeing with him?
No, I would never.
No, me and Casey are on the same level of Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, yeah. She was like the top 3 in that list we did.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, someone was just like, Jennifer Lawrence just is she could stand. It's my old roommate Howard. She could lose 10 pounds and live. That was his always his thing for any girl that had any
live.
Yeah, if she could lose 10 pounds and live. I like when you can, instead of love handles, you can just grab onto the organs or the ribs in the body. That's the only kind of love handles I want.
A kidney and a liver.
Yeah. And he is now dating a 47-pound Brazilian woman in South Beach. So
gross.
Sorry, Howard. Greg, who was kind of the first actress that just popped in your head?
Well, we already talked about the first actress that popped in my head, which was Cate Blanchett. But can we go back to Jennifer Aniston real quick, please?
Of course we can.
I have more to say about Rachel.
I fall asleep to her every night, actually.
What's that?
I fall asleep to Friends reruns almost every night.
Of course you do. As you should. The one with the boner under the sheets.
Only when Chandler's on screen.
Chandler Bing. Chandler Bong, even.
There you go. How did no one have a Chandler Bong when they were smoking weed?
I think I had a
Someone
Chandler
had
Bong,
to have a Chandler Bong.
Yeah. We had all of it. Wesley Pipes. That's a rip-off of fucking of Half Baked, but I still like it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Aniston... I want to get your guys' opinion on this.
Always cold. I'm just basing this on the visual of Friends.
Sharp nipples.
Diamond cutters.
I'm pretty sure the producers and whoever was on set made sure that to keep the AC.
Someone asked what I think it was Schwimmer or Matthew Perry was on Stern, and they were asking about Jennifer Aniston, and they're like. I'm pretty sure it was Schwimmer because he did his Ross They're always like that.
Dennis Ross? You mean it was him?
He's like, she doesn't have a lot of control over that part of her anatomy. That's my Ross impersonation. It's not a very good one.
Oh my god, it's such a sad. Like you made him
fucking texting me during the podcast.
I didn't mean to. I was coming. I was supposed to go to someone else.
I didn't mean to.
I'm not quite sure how to use this new iOS yet.
I have a note here coming in from Chris. It says, Greg is a boner. Don't call attention to it on the podcast, but I'm a little uncomfortable right now.
That's amazing. Can you help it talking about Aniston?
Right, so Aniston
how did Jennifer Aniston hijack this podcast?
But listen though. Besides the obvious physical, and goddamn does she look amazing at her age, however old she is now. Besides that, I honestly think she really has some chops, I have some backup.
No. Listen, the one definite one is what is it? The Good Girl, the one with
where she's
John C. Reilly and
the
Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal, I think is the other one in that. I think so.
He is.
I think I'll say this: she works a lot harder than Bullock. I think to do it. She has good comedic timing for sure. Like she's a good
exactly
comedian.
What I was going to say. She's got great comedic.
And and I liked her. Listen, who doesn't love Office Space? And she doesn't ruin the movie.
I brought that up.
She's not. She doesn't do a lot.
Did you say she didn't ruin Office Space?
Yeah.
What a glowing review of her performance in that fine film.
Let me qualify that. There are some times where you can watch a movie and you're like, that was an amazing movie, except that one fucking character, or that one actress, or that one actor was awful. And they totally took me out of the movie. She knows how to, get out of the way of what's going on. And that's mainly the script of Office Space. Doesn't give her anything to do. But she's funny as fucking Horrible Bosses.
Hello. Awesome.
Was going to bring that one up as Exhibit A of the fucking comedic chops that she has.
And I haven't seen We Are the Millers. You have, right, Matt?
I have. It's very whitewashed. The one kid gets the most line. I mean, I will say this for Aniston. When she's opposite the right person, which mainly in Horrible Bosses is Charlie Day.
A.K.A. Along Came Polly.
Yeah, I like Along Came Polly, actually. I don't really like her character a ton in it, but
she does very well.
She has a wonderful ass in that movie. I will say that.
Seriously,
and that's and
slapping motion.
She was also part of one of the funniest scenes. The funniest scene, bar none, in that movie, other than everything with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes,
which is when Ben Stiller's first with her, and he's trying to count to 5 minutes. For the first time, and he's just like, if I can make it to 5, it's been a long time. If I make it to 5 minutes, then it's not a failure. And he's like literally counting, it's like 4, 67, but he's like 5, and she's like, what was that about? He's like, I don't know, I just something else. And she's like 5.
Exactly
pretty
what
good
I'm saying.
stuff.
Playing off him perfectly.
I don't have as big a problem with her as I do with Bullock, and I don't have. And Bullock, listen, the girl got an Oscar. It's not like they gave her an Oscar. It's not like she robbed someone and stole their Oscar and is now going around. So I get it. Everyone's always going to bring preconceived notions to people.
Yeah. They were sick of giving Helen Mirren fucking Oscars.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
Oh, but Helen Mirren, by the way, on the list for both Amazing Actress and Amazing Boobs. In fact, let's do this right now. I would like us right in this room with this brain trust going on to come up with our top 5 best big-breasted actresses. These are ones you cannot have any faults with their performances. So you better think hard here. I'm going to put it she should probably be number 1 because she's the oldest, but I'll say definitely on the list of 5 is Helen Mirren. For sure. Amazing rack, amazing reading ability. Chris, who do you want to add?
I'm going to go with Jennifer Lawrence, man.
Jennifer Lawrence is the young, that brings in the young. We've
side.
kind of hit the two polar ends of that, so let's hit the in-between.
Is Beale in between there?
I don't count Beale on the... Beale's not a bad actress, but she hasn't proven herself to be a great actress.
Does she not have huge boobies, though?
I don't know. This is both. It can't just be huge boobs.
You said boobs and it threw me off.
Greg just started calling up every double D on... No, they've got to have talent to back it up.
Talented titties. TNT.
Talented titties. That is well done. I couldn't get the alliteration right.
Give me a second, then.
Do you have one, Casey?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Ties with
She's
Morris
a
on
good
the
actress.
inside.
She's good. She's not as good as J-Law.
I just looked up
but
10 best boobs in Hollywood and she was number 2. All right.
He's actually doing pretty well as the soundboard guy. Hi guys, I just looked this up on my internet. I will give you, and I love ScarJo quite a bit. So I'll give you. So we got Scar. All right, we have 2 young ones though. ScarJo, J-Law, Helen Mirren. I'm gonna put out there for one of my big ones for Biggins is Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
I think Jennifer
She
Connelly
doesn't work at all anymore, does she? I mean,
she's busy having sex with Jarvis.
Yeah, true.
She's married to Paul Bettany.
Who wouldn't?
Who? Do you think he talks to her like Jarvis in bed? He's like,
no, he does.
Mrs. Connelly, you need to adjust your left breast approximately 7 centimeters, or else I'm going to adjust. No.
System shut down.
System shut down. Reboot. Reboot in 35 minutes.
what about Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Oh, I like that.
Those are some nice mama memories you just pulled up there. She's a good actress.
I think they're fake, though.
I don't know.
No.
Wait, look at the before and after.
I think I've seen the old ones. I think so.
Shit.
And that is a rule. No fakes allowed. No fake boobs allowed.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm showing a picture of before and after of 1999 Zeta-Jones in 2007.
Yeah. I'm wondering if
you can bring it up on your phone at home, too. We could have
Yeah, you can. This is the AMC 2-screen experience.
Start your 2-screen experience.
Start, if you're at work right now, hopefully you work somewhere like Native Remedies where they don't have safe search, and you can look these up on your smartphone or computer.
Okay, I may be stuck in boob land here still,
right.
with Salma Hayek.
Oh my god, the boob's amazing. And she's a decent actress, but I'm not going to put her in a top. She would make a top...
It's because she can't speak English, isn't it?
She doesn't speak the English so good.
Not so good.
No, I actually like her as an actress, but she's not blowing the... She's not blowing that. Yeah, she's blowing that. I guess that's probably blowing the Edward
Yeah,
Norton.
no, she's not a great actress. You're right.
I would now. There are ones that are kind of in between that are amazing actresses, and the boobs are good, but they're not amazing. There's 2 that come in a tie for me right now, which is Kate Winslet and Rachel Weisz.
Kate Winslet, dude. That's who
Kate Winslet and Rachel Weisz. Both. They kind of got the mom. They got the age going on the boobs now, and they haven't made a deal with the devil like Helen Mirren. It just allows them to somehow still be what they are.
Seriously.
But I will say, back in the day, I will put both of those women up and both of their attributes up against any other actress, and they're great actresses.
I agree. This should be women in their prime. We don't care about what's going on now. Can I smell that? more non-verbal comedy.
Once again, let's describe to the audience what's going on, because all we just heard was us talking about boobs, and then Greg saying, "Can I smell that?" and us laughing. Our young protege, or Padawan over here, Casey, is actually pouring us beers during the podcast, which is quite awesome of him, and I'm going to request the same.
I'm pouring Greg a beer.
To make that clear.
Who
he showed it to me like it was a fine bottle of wine.
That was pretty amazing.
Which is the best part about that. Thank you, Casey.
Could you grab me one as well, Casey? Preferably a...
It's getting picky now here. You hear that? Preferably?
It's his house.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Sorry, I was drinking. I will take a Sweetwater 420, sir.
Good man.
Is that Saison killed?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Anyway, back to the this is. I like how even when we're talking about breasts, we can't stay focused.
No.
It's pretty amazing. Do you have anyone to add to the Talented Titties contest, Chris?
Halle Berry.
Halle's Berries. Now, I'm
yeah.
glad you brought her up, because I was going to use her as she is the interim of, is Halle Berry a really good actress, or did she have one really good movie that relied largely on ball slapping sounds with her and a 104?
There he goes. Get it, Chewie, get it.
He was doing his best Billy Bob impression right there.
Chewie just recreated the scene from Monsters Ball on Casey's leg.
That was beautiful timing, Chewie.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Make me feel good.
Make me feel good.
Beautiful wagging
That
of
is
the
the
tail.
greatest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. We are going to make a fake movie box cover with Chewie and Casey as Monsters Ball. That's amazing. So, all right. So there isn't necessarily a correlation between breast size and talent. But what's interesting is there's also not you can't discount someone just because they've got a voluptuous body. They can still be a good actress, especially when and Scarlett Johansson came out of nowhere. Just sometime around 19 or 20, all of a sudden, one moment she's the horse whisperer, and then she's kaboom, Ghost World, and it's insane.
So great. Love puberty.
So, I would say alright, so,
well, I mean, the flip side of that coin is Ellen Page.
Small boobs, really good acting talent.
Yeah, I hate her.
Really?
Yeah, she was going to be on my list
You too?
of hate.
Go ahead, tell us why. I totally respect that. I get that. Explain your reasons for hatred of Ellen Page.
I don't know. Okay, go ahead,
I'm going to
Casey.
go ahead because she reminds me of Zoe Deschanel. She has to do that cute kind of tomboyish bullshit. I don't buy it. It's not how she is in real life kind of thing.
Do you like her in Inception?
Yeah, that was a good movie, though.
She didn't fuck the movie up, as Matt would say.
That's very true.
Yeah.
She didn't ruin the movie.
Horrible,
if Sandra Bullock had been that role in Inception, I would have been like, fuck,
she
get her off screen.
But what was that movie she was in with Ray Wilson that you showed me, the superhero?
Oh, have you seen, it's called Super?
Super, yeah.
Super,
so.
yeah.
It's by James Gunn, who's directing the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. If you have not seen
Super's really good.
with Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page, and also seen the hotness that is Ellen Page dry humping Rainn Wilson. And I don't think humping Rainn Wilson has ever been used in the context of erotic, but it is.
Yeah.
So I recommend it.
However, I'm going to play that video game that she's starring in that's coming out next month.
She's starring in a video game?
Yeah, they totally took her. She does the whole part. She's the main character in this new game. I forgot what it's called. Made by Quantum Leap.
The Page Master?
No. It's going to be a fucking great game, though. So,
okay.
Did I hear Quantum Leap in there?
I don't know. I get that.
It's called Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
Beyond Two Souls.
Yep.
Oh.
It's,
Nerdy.
Called Heavy Rain.
No, nerd.
Chocolate Rain?
Distracted. All right, back.
Stop nerding.
No, I get that with Ellen Page, because I like Ellen Page, but there are times where she seems very much in the same...
Well,
she does one thing very well.
She got typecasted because of that fucking movie where she got pregnant or whatever.
Yeah.
Juna.
Yeah, fucking movie where she got pregnant or something.
Yeah, for me, that's the perfect example of she didn't ruin that movie, but she almost did. I really like Juno. But
she is that movie.
God, no, she's not. It's all about freaking Michael Cera. For me,
I don't know about that.
For me, it is.
It's more about Jason Bateman and
how
Mrs.
about take Michael Cera out of that movie, and how do you feel about it now?
I actually still like Jason Bateman and Mrs. Affleck in it. Jennifer Garner.
Well, we're not friends.
Okay, that's fine. First of all, you say a bad thing about Jason Bateman, we're gonna have fucking words right now.
Hey, I love JB.
All right, you better. BJ's from JB. And Greg spit up his beer. No, I totally get that. Now, that's kind of another side of the question. Who's your, other than Jennifer Lawrence, who we've kind of gone over, who's your, favorite young actress that you think is going to kind of break out? And maybe they're close. I have a feeling you and I might have the same one, Greg. But who are you thinking of?
Mine's sort of TV based again.
Mine's not TV based.
Claire Danes.
Claire Danes, not young, not breakout.
Yeah. Well,
she broke out in 1996.
No, my
in
so-called life. I didn't. But then she went to college and was off the map for 10 years.
It's kind of like she broke out as a middle-aged actress. It's kind of interesting.
Exactly. This is a rebirth for her.
She's very good.
Homeland thing.
I do like the Homeland.
God damn, that show is great, and it's mostly because of her. I think.
I say, Mandy Patinkin is badass.
Oh, he's amazing. Yes.
Saul is
right, but he's not main character, so
he's close.
Who's
your favorite, Chris?
Rachel McAdams is jumping into my head, but she's not young either.
She's young-ish.
I think she could be. She's yet to find something that could really.
But she's been in a Malik movie. She fucking. I mean, I'll say this for Rachel McAdams. She works in every movie. She's in Woody Allen. She's in every director.
I kind of hate her face.
She's got a. I agree. She's got a bitch face.
Yeah,
but she's not really bitchy in any of her. She's bitchy from Mean Girls. All you're seeing every time you see Rachel McAdams is Mean Girls.
Is that what's happening?
Bitch face. It's the kid that plays Joffrey in Game of Thrones is never going to have a career other than dick face because he's got a dick face. we should make a sitcom with Joffrey and Rachel McAdams called Bitch Face and Dick Face, where they're roommates, and it's not that they're
roommates.
Yeah.
I was thinking they were going to be verses.
No.
Okay.
They're roommates, and it's a twist. Normally, you have the roommates who are opposites. Instead, our roommates are exactly the same fucking douchebags, and we still see how they coexist.
One has penis, one has
like,
vagina.
one's an asshole, but
Yes.
the other one's also an asshole. What happens when you get asshole on asshole action? Tune in this week to the pilot episode called Requiem for a Dream.
In a world with two assholes.
Exactly.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Do you have a...
Amazing.
What? You're just like, she's smiling.
Peanut gallery.
Your timing is fantastic, Case. I gotta say, we may need to keep you in here on the sideboards. Do you have your favorite? Well, for you, by young actress, I mean contemporary. Like someone that you grew up alongside.
Miley Cyrus.
That girl on that Disney Channel show, Sam and Cat. You ever seen that?
No. Oh, God.
That was real.
I don't know any.
And now he's back out.
That was
awesome.
That's my
wow, that was
I honestly don't know any. I don't even know one person you mentioned. I had to Google images of people.
You know who Jennifer Aniston is?
No, the breakout people you're talking about.
Okay.
Who are you?
Do you know who Anna Kendrick is?
Yeah, the girl with the cups.
Yeah, Cups Girl. Oh God, she's known as Cups Girl, isn't she? Anna Kendrick is one of my favorite. I think.
That's what I was thinking
when I'm gone.
Wait. Hold on. Can you? How much more of that song can you do for us?
Gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss me when I'm gone.
That's all he knows. It's different.
Oh my God! I could listen to an entire podcast of Greg and Casey recreating Pitch Perfect for our audience out there. I mean, Anna Kendrick, I thought was awesome and Up in the Air, which is kind of where I first knew of her. I'm sure you guys are big fans of her because of Twilight.
That was passive aggressive.
I know.
That's so true.
Yeah, how come no one has mentioned the talent that is Kristen Stewart?
We haven't got on the bad
Kristen
actresses yet.
Stewart.
We have been kind of hitting the bad actresses.
And
here
don't-
and there.
I've been
you
saving
dare.
mine, man.
Who's your favorite bad actress?
Oh, my favorite. It's not
Or
my
your
favorite.
who do you hate the most?
Megan Fox.
Ah.
She ruined Transformers.
That's what ruined it. It was that. That's what ruined it. Damn it, I couldn't put my finger on it until right now.
If it wasn't for Shia LaBeouf's awesome.
That's
fucking
like
acting,
saying Vin Diesel ruined Fast and the Furious.
did,
Vin
man.
Diesel ruined the pacifier.
That's
I just didn't buy him
Vin
as
Diesel
a
did
nanny.
ruin Fast and Furious. That's why the Tokyo Drift was the best one.
Right, you're back you're on timeout on the peanut gallery. No, Megan Fox, hot, very, very hot.
What
Not a
happened
great
to
actress.
her, by the way? She gone?
She's fucking hot like Angela.
Oh, she's in his new. She's going to do another movie with Cameron, as she's been talking about.
Oh, yeah?
I forget what the fuck it is, if it's Abaddon or whatever. But
It's called Toe Thumb.
oh, she
She's
does
got
have a bit of a
bitch
toe
face,
thumb.
too.
She definitely has bitch face.
Yeah,
And
but
she never
bitch, I
really
want a
plays
fuck
bitchy.
face.
Kind of
Sorry.
I don't know. Fuck it. She reminds me
Okay.
of Angelina Jolie. I hate her too. So.
Oh, shut up with that.
Oh, well, now here's a good question. What actress do you have to admit as a man is extremely hot, but she angers you so much as an actress that you're unable to be attracted to her anymore? I put Megan Fox a bit on that list for me. Megan Fox, super hot, but I'm like, God, she pisses me off. I can't be attracted to this person.
You hate that you can't fuck her.
Yes.
Yes, I get it.
No. Wait.
You agreed.
I didn't. Do you have one, Greg? Do you have someone that you recognize as hot, but you're just like, I couldn't do it any other way than hate?
Yeah, who were we
And not a
talking
good
about the other.
Greg.
Sorry. Had to.
Beautiful songbird.
A little interim from Chewy there. He has a beautiful singing voice. Likes to hump a lot, but very beautiful singing voice.
I can't come up with one off the
I can't
top.
either, really. I'm right at the top of my head.
So you don't have anyone that you dislike so much?
I hate
that...
Anne Hathaway a lot, but I don't really want to fuck her. I think I'm intimidated by her height.
Her teeth.
Wait, she got some teeth.
Tall teeth.
Do you think there's some of it that you just don't like her as an actress, that kind of features into that?
Yeah.
She's an attractive woman.
Yeah, she's attractive. She's not my type of broad, But she's definitely.
I knew you were going to slip into broad at some point. You tried so hard the whole podcast.
It's in my
you
soul.
You made it 38 minutes and 5 seconds
Seriously.
without broad.
That
That's
could be
amazing.
a fucking record. No, but she's a horrible actress, and
She's a whore.
Yeah, she's a whore too. Yeah.
She made it on my short list of actresses I enjoy.
Wow, look at you. We're really not friends.
No, well, and by the way, she's one of the few actresses that I absolutely can. Like, all right, if I ask you about Naomi Watts and you tell me that Naomi Watts sucks or Cate Blanchett sucks, I'm gonna just rip you a new one and tell you you're a fucking idiot.
As you should.
The idea with Anne Hathaway is extremely polarizing, and I completely recognize it. But I think and this is going to sound weird, Anne Hathaway is what Sandra Bullock wishes she could do. Anne Hathaway is mostly, she's not one note, but she knows how to do like two sides of things. But she does them very well. Yeah. And she's able to slip between them. I wouldn't buy Sandra Bullock as Catwoman, but I bought Anne Hathaway because she played both sides. She played the like kind of seductive side. She played what the Catwoman was playing as like her.
And that's also a completely
victim.
Different styles of the take on the content too. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just saying it's. I think that because Hathaway started out the same as kind of Bullock. You start off as a Disney comedian playing the tomboy who gets a makeover,
quirky tomboy.
Yeah,
she's pretty.
And then was like, you know what? I don't really like Disney. I'm going to do this movie called Havoc, where I have all kinds of sex on screen and get done by that guy from 6 Feet Under, and I'm going to totally break out. And she fucking did. Like she's got to be one of the savviest business people. Whether she's a good actress or not is beside the point. She orchestrated her career pretty well. What are you looking at here? Someone's passing around images here.
Yeah, she's hot.
Hell yeah!
See-through boobies.
See-through boobies. Look up Anne Hathaway Havoc car.
In that order.
No, I think Hathaway's hot.
She rubs me the wrong way, man.
I get it though. I get that even with. Did you like her? Did you see The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
Did you like her in it?
No.
No. Okay.
I thought that I felt like that entire part could have been completely removed. Like, why did we need a Catwoman like that? She was like forced in almost. I feel like
it's true. I totally agree with that one. So that's
maybe that's where it comes from a little bit too.
I'm an apologist for Hathaway, and I recognize that. Like and I'll always allow people to be like, listen, I know that you may not like this person. There are plenty of reasons. The same. It's the Keanu Reeves, you know.
Speaking of
which, we're almost going to to do this podcast.
I hate that actress too.
Whoa, I'm a chick in this movie? I could totally do that. Oh, my vagina's so sad.
I'd fuck me.
Yes, he has a license plate that says "I'd fuck me."
I'm the one because I have both of them. We were gonna do for this podcast actors that we recognize as bad actors, but that we were still apologetic for. Which we will get to.
I was pretty geared up for that, to be honest.
We will get to that one. I wanted to try to. Well, you were the one that kept pressing for boobs, so I decided that we're gonna do the ladies one.
I was pressing for them.
All right, so we've kind of hit the young upping. And Chris, you didn't really, other than Jennifer Lawrence, you had no new.
I said Ellen Page.
Ellen Page. Which you guys really
Rachel
ripped on
McAdams.
that one. And Rachel, wow. Do you have any other people that Casey and Greg despise?
I'm sure. Just say another broad's name.
Yeah, to rewind, actually, the first actress that I think of, that I remember in film is Judy Garland.
Oh.
Wizard of Oz, man.
That's
like 3-4 years old.
I know.
We're off to see the wizard.
No, those are
I have to laugh at you for that because these two make fun of me because of my love of musicals, and you just made fun of me like 3 days ago for love of musicals.
I made fun of you when I was standing over there.
Yeah, I heard it. You're talking about Zero Mostel. I heard it. I know, and I know who that is, and you don't. So fuck you.
That doesn't make it better.
It always fascinates me when my brother and I are around other people. We'll start talking about movies because we have fairly different opinions on certain things, but occasionally we'll have something that comes out. It was like, what's the first actress you remember? We're both like, Judy Garland. And it comes out of nowhere, like, what the fuck? And you're like, that was our childhood. Like, we grew up, we watched The Wizard of Oz. Was like, we had it on VHS. We watched that constantly.
I think we did too.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen Wizard of Oz.
I mean, you're only like 3 years behind me. You're way behind me. This is like 1984.
movie came out in like 1944.
Yeah, but but you don't remember when VHS came out. VHS wasn't like affordable to have in your house until the early, almost mid 80s.
When they made it in color, they re-released it in the mid 80s.
Exactly, yeah. So
it's coming out in the IMAX this fall.
No shit.
And 3D for the Blu-ray.
Can we watch that little midget hang himself?
Do you know about that? So I'm unfortunately I don't have. Well, there's an actress we haven't talked about who I consider to be the. If I had to say who's the greatest actress in movies or TV today, who would you guys say? Who would you say, Chris?
Greatest actress in
greatest actress. Who is the most accomplished, greatest actress that can do anything?
Like Meryl Streep.
That's right. What do you say?
It's Meryl Streep.
It's Meryl Streep. It's always Meryl. Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep wins. Who is the best actress and wins it? And she wins it handily because what has Meryl Streep not done? Like, Meryl Streep's never played a dead woman in a weird Robert Zemeckis movie. Oh yeah, she did. She was in Death Becomes Her. Hey, Meryl Streep's never played like a writer who gets involved with this crazy redneck and smokes a lot of pot and has sex with them and writes books. Oh no, yeah, she did. She was in Adaptation. Well, she never played a hard ass nun in Brooklyn that tries to get a guy committed for having sex with children. Oh yeah, she did. She was in Doubt. What has Meryl Streep not done other than like gay porn? This is the only thing she has not hit yet, I don't think, as far as an actress.
True.
Yeah, no.
But everyone went straight to the phones, like, all right, let's find the chink in Meryl Streep.
That's exactly what I'm doing right now. If your fucking piece of shit Wi-Fi would work, I would have more to say.
Did you log into it?
Yeah, I'm automatically logged in because I'm a member.
Oh well, while you guys are looking around and we're thinking about trying to find a chink in Meryl Streep's armor, I have to mention one actress on behalf of Ben who also, I have a feeling, technically would have fallen into our kind of first woman you noticed actress category, but a lot of people forget her. Casey might have the next generation of her, but one of Ben's favorite actresses of all time is Sigourney Weaver.
Oh,
now who did not watch Alien and Aliens in our age group and not be like Sigourney Weaver and the little shirt, and then she grabs a gun and she scares me and I'm confused because in the beginning of the movie it was like she seemed so nice and she had that cat and now she could kind of kick my ass and I'm a little conflicted. And I think maybe for you it might be Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2. Linda Hamilton scared you a little bit?
When she's doing the pull-ups and the wife beater?
But also kind of turned you on, but still scary?
They're both like moms. Like, I don't know. That's what I think of. I just think of like moms.
Hot moms.
Yeah, well, I just remember like, I'm thinking of, you gotta think of Alien, those like underwear, those very unflattering underwear she's wearing. Like, it's like, it's like.
She's in outer space, man. She's not
supposed
to have
lingerie on. Come on. Like,
did you just justify it because she was in outer space?
Dude, Alien.
The future, man. They got some ugly ass.
I guarantee Ben would argue this even better than I can, but I will argue that her costume choice in the beginning of that movie is on purpose to put you into the idea of like, oh, this is just some like mom trying to be hot and she doesn't know and she's blah blah. But then she's going to kick some ass by the end of that movie and she's going to be the man of the movie.
Dude,
like,
Aliens was on like 2 nights ago. I watched the entire thing.
Exactly.
Fucking holds up to the T. It's unbelievable.
It's amazing.
What a fucking movie.
Both Alien and Aliens and Terminator 2, both movie. Well, Aliens more than the Terminator movies, but they hold up.
Terminator 2, I fucking can watch. Every time it's on, I'll watch it.
It's amazing.
I don't
but
care
Edward Furlong almost ruins the movie. He's very close to
I actually kind of agree with that, but he didn't.
I didn't even really recognize that until I was pulling up a quote from Terminator 2 for one of our previous podcast openings. And I was listening to him, and I was like, I can't listen to him do this anymore. This is
just gotta let it pass. It passes.
So, is there anything in closing, Chris? What are your closing statements about actresses? Why is it so hard for us as men to come up with not only just like good actresses or bad actresses, but sometimes just like name an actress, and you're like,
I don't know. I thought it did decently, actually. I mean, it was a better conversation than I expected it to be. So.
Especially 4 guys jerking off on a pizza. Like some Hayek. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. You should have saved that one to the end.
I was really disappointed that didn't happen. Still time.
Poor Chewie would have just been covered.
Oh my god.
It's hard to hit a moving target.
He does not deserve that.
How about you, Greg?
Well, I'd like to say real quick before I get into any
closing statements.
Right, closing statements about women actors in general. I call them women actors. I feel like actresses is such a negative thing.
Women actors.
Like stewardess. Okay.
Women, men jobs. Yes, absolutely.
So female stewardess would be better?
That's right. I would just like to say that Ingrid Bergman...
Oh, going old. You're bringing the Ben to this one.
I'm so glad you said that. Her role as Greta Olsen in Murder on the Orient... I can't do it. That was purely for Ben. I wanted to tell him what an asshole he was via my fake love for old 60s, 70s, 50s.
60s and 70s going farther back than that.
Yeah, you're not. She was not in the 60s or 70s.
Yes, she was. 50s, 60s, 70s.
She was old in the 60s and 70s. Like Jessica Tandy was 60s and 70s,
right.
But she was 107 in 1979.
I went Murder on the Orient Express because it was in the 70s. Maybe you guys would have bought me seeing that movie because anything before that,
I purposely cut out my love of Audrey Hepburn for this conversation and Vivian Lee, and there's some other ones in there.
We're talking about the 70s real quick, but we're talking about Faye Dunaway and Network.
Ooh,
oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's a tour de force.
Actually, and one other quick conversation, and again, you have to back it up with acting ability. You cannot just pick piece of ass. Who is your favorite, other than Helen Mirren, who is your favorite right on the cusp of being inappropriately old for you to be turned on by, but you still are?
Oh, who's that old broad in the newsroom?
Jane Fonda.
Yes, thank you.
Ooh, that's Jane Fonda. That's a good call.
That's above inappropriate. That's like
that's like way up there.
I still want to fuck her face a little bit. Is that weird?
No, cover your ears, Chewie. Yeah. Cover your ears. That was okay. What about you? You got anybody?
No, I stole the thunder there. All I could think of was Emily Mortimer when he first said the news.
That's why I was like, oh my god, do you think she's old? She's not. She's like 4 years older than me.
She's 41.
I had the same exact thought. Well, mine.
Jeff Daniels? What?
Yeah, I had I just had someone in my mind, and Diane Lane.
Yeah.
And her counterpart, who plays the fun version of Diane Lane, which is Virginia Madsen, who is phenomenal in Sideways, and I think I gotta say that Virginia Madsen, more so than any of the Sex and the City stuff, I think Virginia Madsen brought Cougar into the because Virginia I don't know if you've all seen Sideways. I think everyone here has seen that movie. Yeah, no, Casey?
Love Sideways so much.
Are you talking about that old lady from Sex and the City?
No. but similar. Just go back to the soundboard. No, Virginia Madsen in Sideways is, she's well into her 40s in that movie, but she is, she is smoke. And it's not just her looks, it's her character, it's her acting. That is one of the most erotic. A lot of times you're going to put erotic and Paul Giamatti in the same sentence.
I know.
It absolutely is, 100%.
Who's the Asian girl in that movie?
Sandra Oh.
Oh, yeah.
She's asshole.
She's super attractive, too.
She is as well. Yeah. Then she went into Grey's Anatomy, and I couldn't look at her anymore because it's such a horrible, awful
I
show.
love how the dude from fucking...
Lol?
the airplane mechanic. I love how you know exactly.
Everyone knows.
All right, it's fucking Lowell.
You know this for sure because you were I think the first one to mention it to me. Lowell showed up in a popular 1990s movie while he was still playing Lowell. That it took everyone so much out of the movie that they almost cut they wish they could have cut the role out because everyone loved the movie, but they're like, it's Lowell in a Western.
Oh, what fucking Tombstone.
Yeah. And that was the first... I literally remember one of the weirdest memories I have of my brother coming back from seeing Tombstone, and it was like, Lowell's in it. And I was like, Lowell? Is he fixing airplanes? He's like, no, this is the top of 4 airplanes. It's the Western.
There are no airplanes.
He's just Lowell, and he just plays... Just kind of like Lowell shows up in Tombstone.
Dude, I gotta say, man, he was great, and I'm very, very, Tombstone could be one of my favorite movies of all time.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
You got it. Mind your ear.
The Billy Bob Thornton clap after the...
I fucking love Tombstone, and yes, Lowell did fuck me up when I first watched that for sure, because it was literally, it was parallel.
It was so hard back then when, like, nowadays everyone kind of does everything, so you just get used to it quicker. But back then you're like, oh, it's this guy that's like the third, like the fifth lead on a sitcom that's not even the best sitcom on TV. That's like Cheers in an airport.
Don't she speak badly about Wings?
Was Wings good? I loved it.
I will challenge you guys, by the way. What other ridiculous sitcom spawned more absolutely capable actors than Wings? You got Tony Shalhoub, came out of Wings.
Yeah,
you got Lowell, good Wings. Frasier did not come from Wings, but he was on Wings.
Oh, from Wings? I thought you meant from Cheers.
No, from Wings. Wings actually... Cheers actually does... It kind
Cheers
of ties.
is the best.
But you got, like, even Tim Daly and the other guy, like, they work a lot and they do a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
So.
More behind the camera now than others.
A little bit,
but,
for sure.
Yeah, I
well,
agree.
as always, we kind of, when we have these group podcasts, this is the one thing, and once again, I will apologize to Ben, who has to listen to these and be like, why didn't Matt, like, rein them in here, or tell them to go here, or instead of letting them go off on a tangent, talk about an obscure 1912 film titled La Fugue de Pongo, and how it really related to women in cinema and broadened their horizons. Ben is much better at being a director of these, so I just kind of hope that everyone out there enjoys hearing the It's kind of the shit I like to hear when I'm listening to stuff, which is for people with very, like, a similar goal, but completely different opinions on most areas. So, I hope everybody liked it. Do you have any closing statements you'd like to make, Chris?
No, I think I said it all. Thanks for having me.
Greg?
Ingrid Bergman.
Ingrid Bergman. What you, Casey? Oh my God, you were just... he's got a red rocket.
Here we go again. To that woman in cinema?
What's that?
Nothing.
Perfect.
Woman in cinema.
Boobies!
And I'm just happy that we made it in under an hour, and I'm about to sell a cell phone for my dad to some crazy person from Craigslist. So if I'm not on next week's podcast, you guys will understand why. I want to thank everybody in the studio tonight, Chris, Greg, Casey, and Chewy. You guys are integral parts of our New Way podcast. We love having you on. Hopefully you guys out there like hearing us. You can, as always, find us on our website, lastpintprod.com, or on Facebook /lastpint, or on Twitter at lastpintprod, or I don't know what you're doing over there. Pretty much anywhere. We're even on, as we say every podcast, we're on Google Plus, and no one else is. But if you are the one person on Google Plus and you want to come find us. We're on fucking LinkedIn. I did my social media shit. We are on LinkedIn. We have a Tumblr. We have everything you could ever want. Just no one has sent us a question or a comment or a like on any of these platforms, so we don't really do anything on them yet. But maybe when you guys do, we'll reward you. Thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for the next week's podcast, which could be any number of things. Cheers. Thank you, Casey.